Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today is going to be a really fun video piece. Today we are going to be doing a grow room tour. Now I kind of waited to film this video really late, so the plants look extremely fresh and just better than like during the day at like 5 p.m. before the grow lights turn off. So there's some incredible things to talk about today, from a huge amount of growth to kind of showing you guys the roots on some of the plants like the cilantros. Kind of talking about, we're going to just kind of talking about a little bit more information about the hydroponics and aquaponics system. We're going to be talking about the kind of water dehydrator type of thing. There's so many things to talk about, so let's go ahead and start today's video. Before we do, please subscribe. I'd really love if you would hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go start today's video. Alright, so first of all, it is about 68 degrees and 40% humidity in here. I've kind of just wanted to start covering that topic a little bit more on the channel too, so I'm probably going to start mentioning that on the channel a lot more very, very soon. First big thing is we have a lot more strawberries in the room, so that is very big news. If you guys look at these strawberries, you can kind of see they're doing great. You can kind of see the humidity trapped in them. Looks really good. Now I do feel like I probably might grab some tape and try to get this a lot tighter, because it's not really trapping the humidity in like how I wanted it to. This looks a little bit better though, but just I feel like wind is getting in here, and looks like the soil actually might be dry. It's a little bit wet, but it's not as wet as it was about 2 hours ago. So I might grab some tape in a second and try to do that, or try to move the fan. So that's pretty much the big thing we just did today. We did a video this morning. If you guys want to check that out, I'd really love if you guys would. So also we are growing oregano. Very excited about that. So we're going to be doing some work on that very soon to kind of see how it's doing. We're going to have to water it. Then I might just grab one of these sheets and put it over to kind of trap the humidity in. Then we have parsley right here. Parsley is growing extremely slow for some reason, but at the end of the day, it's still doing good. I'm not going to throw it away yet, unless I need to, or I just want to replace it with something else. Then, right here, we got basil. The basil is actually doing pretty good. To be honest, this plant I probably will get rid of once we actually turn on the aquaponics and I prove that the plants are thriving. I'm not going to do anything permanent like getting rid of our really nice plants until I know that the plants are going to thrive in this and they're going to do even better in the hydroponics than that. So that'll be interesting to see if that does work, but I really, really hope does happen. Then, these plants don't look as good for some reason. I wonder if they're being overwatered. Yeah, the soil is a little bit wet, so I might kind of cool off on doing that for a while. But it's actually looking really good. Not a ton of growth yet, but that's doing pretty good to be honest. But yeah, it's just slowed down a little bit in the past few days for some reason. Also, I forgot to cover this. We have rosemary germinating, and we have two different types of strawberries growing, so that'll be very fun once those start to germinate. Then we got bunching onions. These smell great when we kind of pull them out to kind of look at the roots, kind of do some research about that, and just kind of, yeah. So then we got radishes right here. They're not looking as good. Maybe they're like kind of like trapping each other out with like how many roots are actually in the soil. So that could be something that is happening. Then going down to the bottom shelf, we got lavender. Some of the lavender isn't looking great, but we do have some lavender that is looking really good, like that one. We have cosmos right there. They're starting to do off those cool leaves. Then we have morning glories, and these are starting to do really, really well. Then going up here, we have more basil. This is kind of like our testing pot, where we just kind of overwater it in the tray, or not water it at all for a few weeks and see how it reacts to stuff, or just major like climate changes and all sorts of that fun stuff. Then we have a blueberry bush. To be honest, I'm really hoping this can go outside next summer, but it's not done too good. So we'll see how that does. Then we have all of this amazing stuff. We have lavender in here. I am very excited to kind of talk about the roots in a second. We got strawberries and parsley. Do want to talk about the cilantro really quick though. We have a ton of cilantro, and it's actually really starting to pull up the soil for some reason. So I might try to fix that later, but it's doing really, really well. You can kind of look in the pot and see the roots, how they're doing. It's crazy to see that. You can see like the water's emptying out right there. Doing really well on filtering. Now, I'm so excited to kind of talk about the roots, because kind of with working with this system, it looks like there might be a chance the system could work. I've not done any tests with or just testing with the systems to see like how they react and just all sorts of stuff. But looking at this plant, that looks really good. Roots are a little bit kind of interesting looking, but they are looking good. Now, this plant doesn't look amazing, the roots, but check that out. It is starting to put off roots that are prone to the water nutrients, which is absolutely awesome. So that proves that once these strawberries are kind of put into the system, I will have to go very, very, very small, like a few drops of nutrients in the beginning. Let the strawberries kind of do that, get kind of stop focusing on roots and then focus on the actual plant, and then I might start adding a lot more as like strawberries start to being produced. And like, yeah, this plant is having a rough time. Definitely having a rough time. This plant is looking so incredible. Just check out all those insanely healthy roots. And just like my last video I did was yesterday, and the roots were so little you could barely see it. Now this is just sad. I'm just gonna say that I don't think there's any chance of this surviving anymore. I'm just gonna put that back end. Yeah. So this plant is looking not great either. So I might have to have like a plan B over here. So if I do start having like strawberry plants dying just in the middle of it, I might have to be ready to kind of replace it very, very quickly. And yeah, so then ending today's video with a very, very exciting plant, which is going to be our strawberries. Now, I haven't been a very big fan of strawberries. Well, I've always loved strawberries, but I haven't been a big fan of growing them till now. We've finally have proof that it's actually going to work in here. So I think I'm going to start like growing a ton of strawberries. So I planted I'd say about 150 more strawberry seeds today. So we got, I'd say about maybe 250 strawberry seeds trying to germinate right now. I'd say about 50% of them do germinate. So it's not a great number, but 250 divided by 2 is still a lot of plants. So these look great. You can kind of see like all the just amazing stuff about the plants. You can kind of look at that. That's looking great. A lot of these plants aren't doing flowers yet, which is probably the best, so the plants can focus on their roots and just the plant structure. This plant isn't either, but it looks like it's starting to put off another good leaf. This plant's actually gone absolutely just crazy. Check that out. And first signs of strawberries starting to grow. That's looking awesome. We got some great flowers there. This plant in the middle is starting to do flowers too, so you can kind of see like it's just now shooting off about 3 flowers. This plant is looking good too, and you can start to see like the beginning of strawberry right there. Then we got a flower that we just pollinated today. And yeah, just so many incredible things happening. I'm very, very excited to work with those a lot more in the future, especially 2025. And yeah, let's go over to the hydroponics and talk about those. All right, so if you guys have watched some of our updates, we've gone back and forth. We want to do the entire system aquaponics. Now we don't. Now we're gonna do the entire system of aquaponics, and we don't. We've just gone back and forth. But since then, I've done a crazy amount of research, and I think I pretty much decided in the middle of that decision, I ended up deciding, you know what, I'm going to have the entire system go aquaponics. Then I started my obsession with like strawberry plants and just growing them like crazy. So now I think I'm just gonna do one system aquaponics, which is gonna be this system, and the system all the way down there is going to be a hydroponic, so I had control of the nutrients over the strawberries, so I can have a really good harvest from those. And once we start doing that, probably in like February or May, I really want to do like a week-long video and like title like living off of the grow room's plants for like a week, and seeing if that video would be good. I really want to hear your guys' opinions if you guys want to see any particular videos on this channel just for 2025. And yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video, so please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. If you guys want to hear a lot more about our aquaponics and kind of like the setup we're going to go with, I would really strongly recommend that you guys check that video out. We posted that about 2 weeks ago, so you might have to scroll a little bit of a ways to find it, but it's definitely there. Just now realizing I did not talk about our kind of dehumidifier. We were hoping to kind of maybe reuse the water to water plants. We're going to be doing some research and some testing with the water to see if it's really good, but that'll probably hold off for a while. And yeah, so I really appreciate you guys watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.